Hey students, as you're preparing for the exam here, I got a couple of questions about some conceptual ones. Three of them actually. Let me just take them in numerical order. I'll start with number 16. I'll read it here also, but I know you have the homework problem. It says here a 2-kilogram rubber ball. All right, let's make a little diagram here. So a 2-kilogram rubber ball falls off a corner and falls off a counter and lands on the floor. Just before hitting the floor, the ball has a speed of 4 meters per second. All right, so here's the floor. And as it falls, it is now moving at 4 meters per second. So in terms of momentum, which is mv, this would be a 2 kilograms times 4 meters per second. Now, I suppose I should kind of make a decision on whether to call up or down positive. And since it's moving down, even though it's kind of backwards from tradition, let me just go ahead and say down is positive. Now, of course, that means up has to be negative. So I think this is going to bounce, but I'll keep reading. The point is, this has a momentum of 8 kilogram meters per second. And I think that's important here. It says, because if the ball bounces, is its magnitude of its impulse on the floor exerted on the ball less than, equal to, or greater than 8 kilogram meters per second, and why? Okay, so this number is important is because this is what it has. And so if I, had a, say a number line and I was way over here at number 8, if this ball came and then stopped, it would go from 8, and since it would stop, it would go to 0. And I'm plotting then momentum on this number line. Now, there could be a little subtlety that I overlooked that may be the reason for this question. But this one here, I think, is here because, well, not just because of terminology, but it could be. See, they say impulse. And so something that I should emphasize, impulse is a fancy word for change in momentum. All right. So, not making a big deal over that word impulse, if the ball just was moving along, it has 8, and it just kind of did like in class, that sad ball, it just came down and stopped, that would be a change of 8. But if it bounces up, that means it has some kind of negative value for its speed. I can't really put a number with it because they don't say what speed is it when it's bouncing up. So it could be going with a speed of -1, maybe -2, maybe -3, maybe -4. Who knows? But it's definitely on its way up. Therefore, it's definitely negative. So the change would be something more than 8. In other words, if it went all the way over here to a -2, that would be a change of 10. Again, if it only went to -1, that'd be a change of 8. If it went to -3, that'd be a change of 11. And, of course, it could be anywhere up to a speed of 4, so it could change all the way to -8. So it could be a change of 16. So, again, there's no way to know what the change is other than the magnitude of the change is going to be greater than 8, and that's what they're after. So that's the answer. So it's going to be greater than a change of 8. And this is why, because impulse is a change in momentum, and momentum has velocity, velocity has direction, and so when it bounces up, it's not going 1, 2, or 3, it's going -1, 2, or 3. Again, calling down positive and up negative. All right, hope that one helps.